everybody. Welcome back to the Honolulu Breakdown. We're a week into free agency, so we're going to do a little week one free agency recap, talk about all the moves the Lions made, all the money they spent, and kind of see what else is going on in free agency. So how you guys doing? Could you keep up with the news? There was just millions that we were throwing out there.
Oh man, Brad's never, been so excited to spend his money.
I feel like my hopes are always looking for that splash, and it's like we know by now that's not how we operate exactly, and we really don't have a lot of room to do so with all the stars that we've drafted.
Yeah.
So, but in general, it's interesting, and I think that speaks to the parity of the league, where it's Las Vegas just spending so much money, and who else? Probably Tennessee. Like, these terrible teams have a lot of room to spend.
Yeah.
A lot of markets got reset, and I was kind of glad we sat it out, to be honest with you. I mean, we'll talk about it, but we got a center for, a quarter of the price of Tyler Linderbaum, so that was fine with me.
Yeah, usually spending in free agency doesn't lead to wins.
Yeah.
Still want the big splash every once in a while, though. Like every year, I'm like, come on, will we do it? This is the year. But no, I agree. I'm okay. I'm okay with this. I'm just.
I wish we would have done a little bit more, or just a little bit of something on defense. But otherwise, I was okay. Like, I was like, obviously, we addressed the center position. We did a little bit on offense, and running back too. So we'll see.
Yeah. So we'll get into our positional kind of breakdowns. First, I guess let's chat a little bit about everything else that went on in the league. And I guess the biggest drama, Zach, if you want to talk about Max Crosby, I think you summed up what might have happened there.
Yeah, that felt pretty shady. It seemed like they saw him on crutches and went, we could sign Hendrickson for no first round picks and just basically pay him the same amount. So that smelled fishy to me. And then I was getting excited, like, well, maybe Brad's going to jump in and lowball him, and it still could happen, but I'm not optimistic about that.
Yeah, I don't know how the Raiders are going to keep everyone. Like, they paid Linderbaum almost $30 million a year, and they made all these other signings as well. How do they have the money?
I know. I was curious about that too. I mean, obviously they're not paying a quarterback, right? Like, I mean, Fernando will be on a rookie contract, but I mean, other than that, I don't think they've really had anyone aside from Max on a big deal, right? So, I mean, they probably had an open checkbook. I don't know where their cap lies, or whether they're over or under right now, or if they have to restructure, or if they're gonna need to trade him again. But I mean, if you're a Raiders fan, it's exciting though of what they've done. I will say that.
Yeah, I was kind of interested though also to see what they would do with that second first rounder. Either beef up the O-line, because we were, cracking jokes all season long about how terrible that line was. Genty was getting hit in the backfield at every single handoff. So,
or Gino.
Yeah,
Gino.
Yeah, he's just destroyed there.
QB1 for the Jets, though. After today's trade, Justin Fields got traded to the Kansas City Chiefs for like a sixth.
Does our guy Aaron Glenn know that the Jets are tanking?
They are. They've got to be. Archie, they're going for Arch. It's got to be, or whoever ends up being QB1 out of the next class. But
just looking at the most money spent, so the guy who got the most money is your guy, Jordan, Jalen Phillips from the Panthers.
Oh, really?
Yep. Alec Pierce got the second most, re-signed with the Colts. Then Trey Hendrickson.
Crazy.
Then Odafe Owe to the Commanders. Then Linderbaum. Then Wan'Dale Robinson and Romeo Doubs. That seems, maybe that's what you're alluding to, Zach, with just like
mid-tier receivers getting like borderline wide receiver one money. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Where did Dobbs go?
Patriots.
Yeah.
I like that.
Then Malik Willis to Miami.
Good luck.
Yeah.
They're probably also tanking.
Yeah. How about Kenneth Walker going to Kansas City?
Why?
Yeah.
How and why? Why would you let him go? How and why? Why would you let him go? MVP, Super Bowl MVP. I mean,
I feel like there was some bad blood there. I mean, maybe not like bad blood, but just like, I mean, I never thought he was going to resign just based on how the season, like some of his wording of things, which, we see a Kansas City signing a Super Bowl MVP and we all think, how do we let him do this? But I mean, he kind of fell into that position, right? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great running back, but I don't think he's like the top 3 in the league either, right? So I'm not going to overreact to that one.
I want to see because they have a top 10 pick, don't they? Yeah, they have the number 9 and the number 29 after they traded away Trent McDuffie to the Rams.
I was kind of surprised Kansas City went for a running back because they have a lot of holes on their roster. You would think they would go like O-line or something instead of running back, but
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
Or D-line. I feel like they got to beef up their D-line too. I think wait, is Chris Jones still there?
Yeah, he's pretty old.
So. Yeah. Mike Evans, San Francisco.
Yeah,
that's gonna be weird.
That is weird. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, I always thought he was going to retire a Buck. I always liked him there.
Over under 7.5 games.
I could see him have a resurgence.
I sent you guys the picture of the substation looking at his hamstring.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's true. I know. They got Ricky Pearsall there, and that's about it. Kittle, of course, but
they just signed another receiver. Who was it? Was it today?
Oh, did they? Let's see.
It was like a 1-year deal for someone. I can't remember who it was.
Should we do a little round the horn here for our North Watch? So we kind of been following our division rivals here and just kind of give a quick update. Zach, you want to start us off with the Bears?
Oh, I'd love to. The main thing that they added Delvin Bush, your guy, Troy, Kobe Bryant from the Seahawks, and then I put a big sad face and wrote Khalif. They took Khalif from us.
Yeah.
He's been getting hurt a lot more, but I'm pretty sad to see him go. They have to kind of retool their whole secondary. Their secondary was awesome last year. They had a ton of interceptions. They lost Kevin Byard, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Brisker, and then they traded DJ Moore. So they actually had more go out than come in, but I think they're going to kind of net in about the same place. We'll see if their defense is kind of feast or famine again this year.
Do you think Khalif will return a punt on us next year?
Oh, man.
Not with Jack Fox's leg.
Yeah.
They're going to try, though.
See him go.
Oh, man.
All right, Packers. What are they doing?
Yeah, the Pack's interesting. They traded Rashawn Gary to the Cowboys. Dobbs left. Quay Walker left. Who else? Dobbs. Yeah, they cut. Who did they release? They released one of their O linemen too. So Jenkins and a cornerback. So they got some holes, but their main additions were Zaire Franklin, linebacker from Indianapolis Colts. That was a big one. They traded him. They traded for him. So they traded a defensive end for him. They signed a corner and Javon Hargrave right after the Vikings cut him too. So it's not to go too. Who else did they get? And Sky Moore too. That's kind of a fun one. Western Michigan, Sky Moore. But it's interesting that I feel like none of the teams in our division here, including us, had a whole lot of movement. I think that might speak to we all have pretty solid rosters. We all are paying, superstars in multiple positions to where I think there wasn't a whole lot of room to go out and get people. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they draft. They always have interesting draft strategies. So
it's funny the Cowboys traded for Rashawn Gary after trading Michael Parsons.
Yeah, and it was almost known that the Packers were about to cut him anyway. It was suspected they were going to cut him, and they got a fourth out of him. It's like, come on, Jerry Jones. Why are you obsessed with the Packers' old D linemen? What the hell is going on? What the heck?
It's with all that capital, they could have just went and got
Max Crosby.
Yeah, Max Crosby. What are you doing?
I know. That's funny.
All right, Vikings.
Yeah, I mean the Vikings. I think the biggest thing is Kyler Murray, adding him to a 1-year deal. They did a few other things. I think you mentioned earlier, Troy. They kind of got rid of their D line. Jalen Naylor's gone. And I guess my question to you guys is, who has more starts next year, JJ or Kyler? I mean, like I kind of go back and forth, honestly, but like I could see either way because JJ injury prone. Whether you want to consider those potentially benchings last year, I could see Kyler starting just as many games as JJ maybe.
I think I would go with Kyler.
Yeah.
Although I think I'm more afraid of JJ still.
Yeah, I feel like they're both like kind of roller coasters where they could just go off or just be terrible.
Yeah.
There's no consistency. I don't know.
Yeah, Kyler scares me more personally just because I've seen him play a lot and I know what he can do. JJ, I feel like it's still a little bit of a mystery. Like, you never know how he's going to develop with a full, well, I don't know if you can call that a full season under his belt, but, so yeah, I think, I mean, in my head, yeah, you go back and forth. It's like you have to go Kyler. He's the more proven quarterback, I would think. But then like you lose a lot of confidence with your young JJ, and it's not like I don't think they'd move him.
No, I mean, like that's the thing. Like if you start Kyler, then if you're starting Kyler week 1, you're kind of saying like, all right, JJ, you're not the guy. Then why don't you trade him now? Kind of thing. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Do they have a GM yet?
I don't think so.
No.
So who's making the decision to go get Kyler?
KOC, he wanted him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more afraid of Kyler. With our pass rush kind of being in flux, I can totally see him having like 12 seconds back there to find JJ down the field.
Oh yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, and Hutch finally gets to him and he'll just slip on out there and scramble for 45 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm pretty afraid of it.
And Kyler with competent coaching now, I guess that
true.
could be scary.
That's true.
But if the Call of Duty that comes out in November is a banger, Kyler is going to be just incapacitated.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's nothing else to do. He doesn't know the cold weather. It's not like you're going to be going out a whole lot. You're going to be sitting in playing Vitya games.
That's right.
We just have to sign the tallest D lineman we can and just try and block his pass.
Just put your hands up. Go get some basketball players. Just stand up.
We could have Drew Petzig be our scout team quarterback to prep for him.
Oh, shoot.
And Skip can just stand there.
Oh, man. Clip that, chat.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right. So, I guess before we move on to our next segment, we can take a little pause here and talk about our sponsor. So today's episode is brought to you by Phil Nykamp, realtor with Keller Williams Harbortown, proudly serving Holland, Zeeland, and communities across West Michigan. And of course, he's a lifelong Lions fan like us. Buying or selling your home is a major life moment, and Phil believes it deserves more than a one-size-fits-all approach. He helps families do more than just change addresses. He helps them take their next step with clarity and confidence. So whether you're stepping into your first home, downsizing, relocating, or exploring an investment opportunity, now's a great time to start with an honest, no-pressure conversation. So learn more at philnykamp.com or search Phil Nykamp Realtor on social media.
Phil Nye, the real estate guy. There you go.
I like that.
That's a banger. I'll work it into the next episode. I'll have a.
We have to all three of us be ready.
All right, week 1 is done. Let's see what the Lions did. Starting out with quarterback, we actually have some fun news here. What do you guys think about Teddy Two Gloves is back?
He's got knowledge of the system. I like it. He was cheap. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to do for the price. I'm happy with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, Kyle Allen, yeah, he was solid. I mean, he didn't really play for us, obviously, but Teddy, when he comes in, he can still make plays. He can throw it downfield. He can maneuver around. So, yeah, hopefully we don't need him, but it's nice to have him.
I just like that he's buddies with coach. I just like that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's comfortable with the system. I feel good about him if he has to play a half. Probably better than Kyle Allen, honestly. I was surprised because Kyle Allen signed first, and I was like, oh no, how did we lose him? But yeah, this is good. All right, running back.
Oh,
Here's
big
the
ones
big
here.
one. Monty is gone, and Pacheco is the new
Demo.
Taz, I guess. Instead of Sonic and Knuckles, it's Sonic and Taz.
Yeah. Hopefully he brings some of that Super Bowl energy from Kansas City. I mean, he's got 2 rings already, so he knows that piece of it. But is he going to be that same running back we saw in the playoffs a few years ago? We'll see. But hopefully, he's kind of a situational guy. I think he's a fun running back, and he's cheap, obviously. But I don't know. And also want to pay my respects to Dave Montgomery. Again, thank you for all you've done for us. Your memories will live forever in Detroit.
Dang, that was like a eulogy.
Yeah.
I almost cried when I saw that trade come through. He was I think my favorite Lion the last few years.
I like when we won that Thanksgiving game last year, and it was like they're all eating the turkey leg. He was eating a carrot.
Yeah.
I think he's a vegetarian. So like I connected with him on that level. I was like, my man, Knuckles is a vegetarian. Like, let's go. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Pacheco, I think, like you said, he's a fun running back because he can be explosive and he slams the ground really hard with his feet when he runs, kind of cartoon-like almost. So, we can retire the Sonic and Knuckles, but there's a lot of other Sonic characters too. One interesting thing, I don't know, with Khalif gone, like maybe that's somebody who can be like a return man or something. I don't know. He doesn't have a ton of experience, but I know he's done it a few times in his career, NFL career. So I could see him, trying to return a punt here and there or whatever. So just kind of interesting to see what they'll do there. Obviously, we still got Vaki, but is it Sailors? Is that who would? No,
Yeah,
who?
he's still there. Sailors.
Automatic 29. If you want to get to the 29 yard, you know who to put out there.
I like the Pacheco signing. Monty, I'm surprised we got as much in the trade as we did. Honestly, I kind of thought it was going to be just a 6th or 7th, but to get 2 picks and a O-line guy that may or may not make the roster, I mean, that's about as good as you're going to do under the circumstances.
Yeah.
Pacheco, I mean, for the price, get a proven back. That's about as proven as a backup as you can possibly get. The Chiefs fans are pretty funny in the comments. They were saying, Pacheco is the most consistent back you can possibly imagine. If you need 3 yards, he'll get you that 3 yards. If you need 6 yards, he'll get you that 3 yards. So we'll see. I mean, he runs all out on every single run, which is, similar to what Monty did. We'll see how it goes, but I'm optimistic on the move for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's probably the back they need for this system. I mean, clearly they weren't going to do a 50-50 split anymore. I mean, Pacheco's not Monty. I think he's obviously a little smaller than Monty. His first 2 years were great. He actually had stats pretty similar to Monty in terms of like yards per carry, almost 1,000 yards both of his first 2 years, and like over 4.5 yards a carry, which is about where Monty is. But then he had the leg injuries, and now he's down to like 3.7 yards a carry the last 2. So, maybe now that we're a couple years removed from the injuries, maybe we see him on a 1-year prove-it deal kind of return to that form. I guess he's a good pass blocker, which is what Monty was as well, and Gibbs is kind of his weak point is pass blocking. So I guess you replace that. But, yeah, I mean, for the price, you kind of know what you're getting. That's pretty cheap for a running back. So, I mean, he's still younger than Monty, obviously. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's used to this type of usage too, where he doesn't have to be carrying the ball most of the game. And then, great point with the price. I forgot to mention that. I think 1 year, 1.8 mil. Like, I would expect maybe not expect, but don't be surprised if you see, second, third round running back taken, or knowing Brad, he'll probably try and get a steal somewhere later on, but I would expect us to draft a running back too. Unless they really, Vaki, out of all these guys here on the list, I feel like Vaki's one that's one of their guys, but he just really hasn't shown anything outside of some special team tackles, really.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point.
Outside of, Monty and Gibbs, though, like there's nowhere to get reps. So hopefully get a few more reps this year, kind of go back and forth with Pacheco. We'll see what he does. And if he's not worth much, hopefully Vaki can get some reps in to see what he can do. Cause I like that pick a couple years ago, but yeah, we'll see.
All right. Tight end. We have an addition here.
Oh, whoops. I'm on receiver.
Oh, receiver. Well, we have someone brought back. Tom
DK.
Kennedy.
Old reliable.
Yep. And that's it. Khalif's obviously gone. That's sad. To Chicago as well.
See, like Khalif was, I think I was almost expecting Monty. And then when we hired Drew, I thought maybe he'd stay. I was leaning towards, he'll stay. But then Leaf leaving, that was a shocker to me. I get the connection with Ben, but with this room here, I thought he was close to Amon-Ra, and I've always been connected to Khalif Raymond too. Just some of the interviews and like behind the scenes stuff I've seen. He's always been kind of an underdog that's, really fought his way into the league and kind of became, I feel like Detroit was a good spot for him where he kind of found a good role and emerged a little bit. So that was a sad one for me.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah. Dominic Lovett. I guess we'll see what he's made out of. He was kind of picked to be that Khalif Raymond type guy. So we'll see.
Was it last preseason where Jackson Meeks was making plays all over the place?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, him too. He's a little bigger, I think, but
yeah. He's nice depth, I think, in the red zone, but I know he wasn't an addition or anything, but just seeing that, it just popped in some memories.
All right, now we have tight end. Here we go.
See.
So Thomas Gordon was actually added before free agency, but I put him in here because he's new to the team. And then Tyler Conklin, our Chippewa. Matt, you want to talk about him?
I don't know much about him. I'll be completely honest. He was behind me, so I never crossed paths with him at Mount Pleasant. But I like the signing. I think he's a solid player and he's got experience. I feel like tight end is one of those positions where it's like, yeah, you can get up into your low 30s and it's like your ability doesn't change that much. And I feel like a vet experienced guy will help. Laporta will help, the younger guys too that we have. So I think it was one of our best, pickups of free agency, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there, Matt. I liked it. I didn't really know what to expect. I know like Njoku and Goddard and some of the bigger tight end names are on the free agency board, but I was completely fine with this. I agree. I like the veteran presence, experience. Like we don't need a tight end one. We already got that. God willing, Sam Laporta comes back healthy. I think you made some good points with the experience there coming into a young room.
Yeah, I liked it too. We talked a lot about how we're going to probably run a lot of 13 personnel this year. And now we feel pretty comfortable that we have at least 3 tight ends that we really can rely on. We'll see, Jordan, you wanted, what's the tight end in the draft?
Oh. Yeah. Sadiq Bey. No, Kenyon Sadiq. That's where my brain always goes, is Sadiq Bey.
Oh, Sadiq Bey. The dark days of the Pistons.
Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq. I feel like that's less likely at this point, but with the signing, I think if we didn't sign a tight end, my eyebrows would have been raised a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like we have bigger needs at this point too. We didn't really address a whole lot on the defense, which we'll get to.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints about the tight end room. It looks like it's going to be just fine as long as Sam is back and healthy.
Yeah, when I saw this signing, I didn't really realize who he was until I looked him up, and he started out in Minnesota, then he was with the Jets, and last year with the Chargers he didn't do much, but the 4 years before that, he essentially had like 60 catches for 550 yards every single year. So he's been like pretty productive. So that's has me excited. I mean, I think he can be a really good number 2. Zylstra's still out there. Maybe you still bring him back. I kind of feel like there's, I mean, Gordon
I'm sure
and Horton are just randos. So maybe there's got to be another guy, but
Randos.
Ferkser. Yeah, no, I remember Conklin with the Jets. I didn't really see him do anything with the Chargers. I don't know if he did, but I definitely remember him with the Jets. And then I think he was actually with Drew Petzing in Minnesota too. I think there was a connection there.
All right. Tackle. We replaced Skip, it looks like.
Look at this. Skip and Decker. What we got? Larry Borom.
Yeah.
Borom.
We didn't talk about Decker in our previous episode because that didn't happen before that, right?
Yeah.
It was like right after, I think, or no.
Like, yeah.
He just announced he was coming back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That was, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. Obviously, we don't know the conversations that were had, but and again, like he hasn't signed anywhere yet. So, like, if it was the money, like, you know, the most he was going to get, I feel like was going to be in Detroit. But again, he's an older guy, and I don't think people are going to be rushing to sign him unless they're just adding depth at left tackle. At left tackle. But it's just a weird situation, especially after, like, he was how many years? 10 in Detroit, something like that.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah. And I think he was the last guy from the Patricia era, right?
I want to say,
or was he even before that? I forget what year he was drafted, but he was either early Patricia, but I can't say Patricia, but or right before he was hired.
Yeah.
So the old regime is officially gone.
He is. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely interesting, Decker. I mean, I would like to find out exactly more, like you're saying, Matt. Like, was it money? Was it just like the Lions are kind of like ready to move on then? Like, he came back and they're like, well, we kind of have another idea here, but who knows? It'll be interesting to see like who takes him, because I mean he's a tackle, he's a starting veteran tackle, so it's like I'm sure a team will take a chance. And then also Troy, love what you did. New team for Dan Skipper, Detroit contract coach. Love that. But that is there a chance we still like re-sign Decker for cheaper? Like, you can still, I think you can re-sign a player after you release them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
If no one wants them, it's like, yeah, sure, come on back, I guess.
Well, like, it's kind of a bummer too, because like he obviously requested the release or however that went, but we still have to eat cap from his contract, right? Which unfortunately we wouldn't have if he just retired. Is that correct or no?
I think we would have had to regardless.
Okay.
Because it's money that was pushed down the road. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, either the Lions were hoping he was going to retire, or they wanted him to take a huge pay cut that he wasn't willing to do, or maybe they told him, hey, we're drafting a rookie no matter what. You're not going to start, or I don't know. Because like clearly Larry Borum's not your replacement left tackle. He's your Dan Skipper replacement. So, you know, there's, as of right now, their first round pick is, I'm sure, this position, but yeah, it's just weird. It's sad. I can't see him playing anywhere else, and it's kind of surprising he hasn't signed. So maybe it's like,
I know
I'm gonna get my full contract, or I'll just retire.
The vibes definitely felt like the Lions expected him to retire, and I think we were kind of all expecting that he and Graham would go out together. But then I don't know, if you're in his life, do you go, hey, dude, like, you're hurt, but if you can suck it up for one more year, you can make $18 million. And he's like, okay, let's do it. And then the Lions went, okay, well, you can come back if you restructure. And he's like, well, I was told 18. So, you know, I'm sure it was a money thing. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't find a team and just retires anyway, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
Well,
I wish
Yeah. I mean, like,
Go ahead.
speaking of Borum, like, do any of you, like, I know he's nothing special, but anyone has any specifics on what we can expect there?
He's from Detroit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So he's a
local
hometown guy, and maybe they're banking on that being part of the move.
That bumps up your grit points by like 20. So
yeah, he does have a lot of experience. I think I forget the exact number of games he started with Miami.
I have it right here. 38 starts so far.
Yeah. So as a 6th offensive lineman, I mean, I like him better than Skip, honestly. I mean, Skip we loved, but I didn't feel great about him filling in.
We love Skip the character and the coach.
Yeah.
No, I'll say though, I don't have the stat. I wish I would have bookmarked it. I think it was Jeremy Reisman. He had like a really good grade in the last like 10 games of last season or something like that. Like he didn't give up so maybe they roll with, like, we don't know. And if they don't and they draft a young guy, we can be comfortable with him as filling in, because we know how brutal, how much damage those guys up front take. So
And we still have
Decker.
Neo Manu.
That's true. That's true. He was supposed to be the next Mailata.
So I guess one question for you guys. The big debate is Panay. Would you move Panay to left tackle, or would you just not touch it and leave him at right tackle?
I feel like I would
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I would prefer him to move only if he wants to. Like, that sounds weird, but like, I feel like if you say, hey, Panay, like, you're the guy, you're obviously one of the best tackles in the league, and the Lions have the best chance to win if you're at left tackle right now, because we know that the replacement for Decker probably isn't going to be to that tier. Maybe it is, I don't know, but I feel like he would probably give us our best opportunity to have a strong defense or offensive line.
Yeah.
Training camp's going to be pretty telling. We'll know right away what they're thinking based on, how they maneuver people around. And we don't even know, even of the people that are there, we don't know what linemen are actually going to start and what are going to be backup. So,
yeah.
Yeah, and I think also like what falls in the draft, there's some great top tier left tackles, but if they go, before that, there's some right tackles that are pretty solid too. So then at that point, do you start a rookie at left? No, probably not. Then Panay played left in college. So good old Brad. They got some work to do. Brad and company have a lot of work to do. And this is we can continue, but I just want to quickly note, like, how did we get to this point? When they came in, it was trenches. Like, they were like, it starts in the trenches. They went heavy in the draft. We already had one of the top O-lines. They kept adding to it. And now we're to the point where we don't have a left tackle. We're kind of like, our guards are young, and our center hopefully is going to be good, coming off of when he stepped in for a starter last year. And then look at our D line. It's like we got Tyleek Williams, we got Aiden Hutchinson, and Hassanin. I don't know, like, what is going, like, what?
Yeah.
So it's strange to me that our trenches are the biggest.
Well,
question.
the O-line certainly still concerns me more than defensive. Obviously, defensive is still a concern, but offensive line is still a concern for me, or more of a concern. But I think how we got here is, like, a year ago, Ragnow was still on the roster, right? Like, Ragnow, Graham, Decker, all in the matter of a year. Like, when that happens, it bites you. If we have someone kind of leave and every 2 years, over the course of 5 or 6 years, that's a little bit easier to keep it consistent and stable. But, when you're turning more than half your line over in the course of a year, that's almost impossible.
Yeah, the Zeitler loss was really bad too.
Zeitler, you could have drafted a tackle instead of 2 back-to-back corners a couple of years ago. Like, there's things they could have done, in hindsight, of course, but it's like Manu, you took a swing at Manu and not panning out. So it's like, we're sitting here, even like, who are some of the other ones? I'll go on. The guy from Williams and Mary's, Sorsdale.
Oh, yeah.
You gone?
Well, he'll be that's a good transition. So guard.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's move.
There's your Kobe Sorsdal. Yeah. So here's our trade. Scruggs. Got him for Monty. Is he just replaced Coyote? I guess.
Will he make the 53-man roster? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out.
But another guy to compete at training camp. I mean, that's a good thing. Let the best man win for those spots, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's got more reps than Frazier, and unfortunately, so he's got a. I don't think maybe was it 25 starts or something like that.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
I could have totally pulled that out of my butt, but still, I mean, he's got a little bit experience. I mean, between Tate and Mahogany, he's got more than them too. So
yeah.
One thing to note, though, all these dudes are really young, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of potential still. You just have to find a couple guys that can play.
Yeah. Yeah, you see a lot of these, the incoming guys are younger than the outgoing guys. So I don't know if that was by design, just getting younger, but yeah, he was a high pick. I mean, Penn State, their offensive lines never were very good. So I'm always kind of skeptical of a Penn State lineman. So I don't really view the second round pick as meaning much, but maybe now with better coaching, maybe you unwrap something there. So I guess we'll see.
Is Zeitler still available? I mean, he's old, but would he come back for another year? I feel like he's still a free agent.
Yeah.
Not that I don't know. That's not like a huge need, but
yeah, I like where our guards are. I like Mahogany. I like Tate. I like Frazier too. So
yeah, that's true.
Center. Here is our big free agent signing. So we brought in Cade Mays. Pretty reasonable contract though. Young guys. And then obviously Glasgow's gone. So Glasgow got cut. Kind of surprised he didn't retire. Kind of like a Decker thing where instead of letting him retire, we cut him. But
yeah, I mean, the Cade Mays, that was 2 thumbs up for me. I was excited about that one. I know we looked at him, the week prior leading up to free agency as kind of one of the guys, not obviously to Linderbaum's level, but he was still one of the top, free agents at center. And Zach, you said it, the contract is favorable too. So I thought that was like a home run. Obviously we'll see how it pans out, but I think that's as good as you can get.
Yeah, Linderbaum making 27 a year or Cade Mays making 8.5. It's like,
yeah,
that's just such a difference. And he didn't grade super well as a run blocker, but as a pass blocker, he was a bit higher. He didn't allow any sacks last year, so we'll take it. Competency.
Yeah, I feel like our interior run blocking isn't the greatest, so it's just going to be like whatever side Panay's on, just get Jahmyr Gibbs to the outside as fast as you can. Like go with Panay, just get outside as fast as you can and see if you can break one home. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure the young guys will improve. So
yeah, it's low risk. I like that it keeps Tate at guard, so we don't have to worry about that whole drama. I think he only has like 14 million guaranteed, so really it's a 2-year contract.
Yeah,
like you said, Zach, he didn't grade out that good. He's kind of Glasgow but younger. It's not like we got Ragnow back, so don't expect a star, but solid, and he has trended upward, so maybe that continues. He's kind of been cut and re-signed, and then he was on the practice squad, and then he got a chance and made the most of it. So one interesting thing that I saw, which is kind of interesting, when he was on the Senior Bowl coming out of college, the Lions were the coaching staff of the team he was on, so they have experience with him. And there'll be another player later on who is in the same boat. So, they must have liked him then and circled back around for him. So D-line, the sad news here is Lopez went back home to Arizona. DJ Reader's available though still.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. He can go get money. He should go get some money somewhere, a little bit of money somewhere. Yeah, McNeil. Is McNeil a cut candidate? Like, I mean, not right now, but like, what if he has another bad year? Like, do you try and save some money the following year with it? Like, I hate saying that because he's supposed to be a pillar, but you got to give him another year off the injury, I imagine, right? That's what you guys are going to say. Give him a shot.
It would be so much dead money. You almost just need the live body at this point.
Just let him go.
Yeah. I mean, next year potentially, but yeah, this year you need him.
I think he's going to come back just and crush it. I think he's going to be ready.
I would love to see that.
I hope so.
I mean, yeah, I think he's got a lot of motivation too. I saw him post a few things on Facebook or Instagram or something like that of him kind of working out, and obviously that social media is, not an indicator of what's the reality, but I still think he's one where he's got a lot to prove. He got hurt, what was it, a handful of games after he signed his big old contract. So yeah, I think he'll be a force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where I'm thinking week 2 here is probably where we're going to do something. Obviously, Aleem and Tyleek, I'm guessing, are penciled in as the starters, but now we got to find those Roy Lopez guys, the kind of value signing. So I wouldn't be surprised if this week we added D lineman or two, just kind of as depth / upside guys. Because, past the 2 at the top, no one else is proven. Anzarike is good when he's healthy, but that's very rare. And the other 3 have hardly ever played. Yeah. So
I know I feel like I've liked Wingo in the flashes I've seen him, but again, haven't seen him a whole lot. He's young.
All right.
Yeah, Lopez. We couldn't bring Lopez back for 10 mil.
He must have just wanted to go home, going back to Arizona. Yeah.
That sucks. I liked him.
Crickets.
Oh man.
So the big one here, we talked about Muhammad getting the bag, but 1 year, $6 million. I mean, would you have taken? I would have signed him for that.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to leave too.
Muhammad was fun, but overall, and I think Zach, you probably, I think brought the stat up maybe a month ago where outside of 2 or 3 games, he didn't do much. So I think you can get a rookie that's just as athletic and a lot cheaper, and that could potentially grow into more than him. So I think that's probably Brad's goal here.
I feel like this was kind of like the enemy of great is good. It's like if you sign Muhammad back, he's going to be playing a lot. And we know that his, maybe intensity kind of wanes. You said only a few games he really made an impact. I'm hoping that this is, a big draft pick, or this is still a signing yet to come. So I know there's not many free agent guys out, but Max is still out there.
And here's 3 free agents.
So is Davenport. He is.
Oh, he is.
Joey Bosa, Jadeveon Clowney, AJ Epinesa. Those are 3 guys that.
Yeah, I'd take them. Yes, please. Somebody. with our attrition and injuries, it's like I just feel weird not having anything in this edge room. It's just weird.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even play Hassanin last year. So essentially this is just one person. We just have Hutch.
I bet it's just Brad counter control. He just is like, oh, you all want me to draft an edge? Screw you guys. I'm not even going to sign. I'm not even going to have an edge on the roster. Just Superman. That's it.
Linebacker. Anzalone is gone to Tampa Bay.
Peace.
Stewart also gone. Kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, I thought maybe he kind of wanted to be here, but
how comfortable are we with Rodriguez taking over for Anzalone?
Depends what we're running. Are we having three linebackers on the field with him playing a bunch of snaps? I don't know.
Yeah. Shepard loves him though. He's always liked Rodriguez, which I think he's a great player. I don't think he's, obviously to Jack Campbell level or Anzalone's level, at least right now, but could he grow into it? Maybe. Yeah, I didn't see any flash signings here, which, was fine by me, but Yeah, I mean it's kind of the same room, and I figured Anzalone was as good as gone, a month ago. So
This is like a Derek Barnes, put your big boy pants on. It's time, man. This is now your linebacker number 2. This is your job. So we'll see if he's ready for it.
was it the year before last where Barnes got hurt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the first game.
Was he up for that whole season?
ACL,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hopefully he comes back a little bit stronger this year too.
Yeah.
He had moments last year, but it's just got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
a
like
little worried
he's
about coverage with these two. They're not. Anzalone was, questionable in coverage, and he was probably one of our better ones. Jack's much better at it now, but in the back of my head, I'm just like, if you got a tight end going against Detroit, start him this next year as of now. That's kind of how I'm feeling, at least.
Yeah. Barnes is good at rushing the passer and blitzing. I don't know how good he is at linebacker things. So
I know.
I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Zach, now it's time.
Yeah, it's sink or swim. Although Rodrigo, he didn't do well at the end of last year, but again, he was kind of in that bucket with all the injuries.
Right.
Maybe he comes out with his hair on fire and we're running right off the start, so we'll see.
He probably just needs reps too. He hasn't played a whole lot consistently.
Mm.
They must, but I trust them. I feel like they must have a plan. They got to have it with these 3 skill sets, and then whether or not we add at some point, I'd imagine we'll add in some way, but they must have some sort of plan.
Cornerback had a little movement here.
I don't even want to look at this. What do we got? Oh yeah, we got Rock. Okay, I feel better.
Rock back and Roger
That was
McCreary.
recent. Okay,
Roger McCreary's good.
So
Was he on a
I'm
1-year deal?
Yes.
McCreary, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been announced yet, but I'm actually really excited about him. To me, he's the Amik replacement. He was the other one that was coached by the Lions in the Senior Bowl with Cade Mays.
Oh,
But
cool.
he was really good for Tennessee. He was traded to the Rams last year to help them make their run. He's kind of a cornerback nickelback, so he's probably your starting nickel replacing Amik. But yeah, I really like that signing. The more I read about him, I'm like, I think he's going to be really good.
Yeah, he graded super well last year, 69.2, but he was 27th out of 114, mostly playing, nickel, like you said, in the slot. And he has 38 career starts. Pretty good.
And Rock, I thought Rock did a great job last year, so I like having him back.
Yeah.
I mean, this room's going to sink or swim on Terrion, and if DJ Reed gets back to.
I don't want to say it too loud, but I'm seeing things like Rakestraw is ready to go.
Best shape of his life.
I'm going to predict that Enos Rakestraw outsnaps Tyrion this year.
Ooh.
Yep, that's my prediction. And some of that might be jail time related.
I was going to say, is that because of injury, legal troubles, performance?
Shoot.
1 snap to 0.
Is Vildor still available?
I don't know.
I'm just joking.
He was with Tampa Bay, wasn't he, last year?
Yeah, I think
San Fran,
or
then
San
Tampa,
Fran.
or I don't know. Oh yeah, he went to San Fran because that was him and Chase Lucas were there too.
Oh, that's a blast from the past.
All right, what's going on here?
So here's the other guy we signed, Christian Izzian. So I put him in the safety bucket because he's kind of a cornerback / safety, whereas McCreary is a cornerback / nickel. So, he's kind of that Avante Maddox type guy.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know too much about him. I didn't look this one up.
Yeah, he's an underdog, undrafted from Rutgers.
The thing on him is he's just super versatile. You can kind of put him anywhere, but what I'm seeing is he only played 167 snaps last year, so he's going to have to grow into a bigger role. But it's one of those, low contract things. It's not going to sink or swim you.
Yeah. One of the podcasts I listened to, they had a Tampa Bay guy on and asked him about him. And he said, Tampa Bay really didn't want to lose him, or at least the fans really didn't want to. That his value is much greater than you just see in the stats, that he's really highly regarded. So, yeah, like you said, Zach, kind of versatile, can do everything. I would like to see Maddox back or Thomas too. I mean, I liked Maddox. I think the big thing here is, since nothing major happened, is that good news on the Kirby and Brian Branch front, that we didn't go out and sign someone huge?
Yeah, you'd think you would address it here versus the draft, but yeah, I don't know. I was that Dan Jackson. I feel like he could be really good, but I don't know. We'll see
it's
if he
going to
ever
be.
plays a snap for us.
I feel like it's going to be Harper and Isian, and if Jackson can, acclimate quickly to NFL speed and concept and everything, those three kind of holding down the fort until Branch comes back. I'm assuming Kirby's going to be ready to go, because I haven't heard otherwise. I'm going to stay hopeful on that one. But yeah, you would think no major safety, bringing a major safety in is optimistic. Our whole defense is suspect, and especially all the secondary pieces, just like, we'll see. I mean, we've never been, our secondary's always been getting crushed outside of, our safeties balling out, but yardage wise, you've been able to throw on us always, so it won't be too much different there.
Yeah, I didn't really take it as a positive or negative. It's like we just flat out didn't have the money for one of the high end safeties. Goff restructured like middle of the week or late in the week, so we didn't have the money the first couple of days for the big guys anyway. So I'm not really sure what Kirby's status is, and I'm kind of worried about it.
Yeah,
this must not have come across my desk, but I think this was 2 days ago, March 14 on Saturday. Kirby Joseph, 2026 will be even more special. He reposted some highlight, but then he said comeback player of the year. So he must be feeling okay.
Yeah, or is that motivating himself?
Devil's advocate, doesn't he have to say that?
We got to think positive.
Oh, I'm worried about that one the most.
Well, our last slide here is expected news, I guess. Special teams, the Lions did exercise Jake Bates' option. So we talked about that in our last episode, where the Lions owned his rights. They just hadn't done anything with them yet. Well, they did bring him back. So no change here in special teams. And I think that's what we're all hoping for.
Clinch sphincters on every kick.
Well, that's week one. I mean, kind of what we expected, right?
I'm looking through this, and I don't think there's any contract on there that they're going to be like, that was a disaster. They're all short, they're all small. We'll take it.
Yeah. And that's kind of Brad Holmes's MO. Like, I can't think, has he made any signing that's really come back to bite us? Like, I can't think of a bad one. Like the bad ones have all been 1-year deals, like the Marcus Davenports, they're 1-year deals. So it's like they're not really bad. So maybe
nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, that definitely is his MO. He's a scout at heart, by trade. So he's building through the draft, and I think he likes to go bargain shopping, finding these guys who proved it the year before. Or maybe like you saw a little gem in the rough there, and you're giving them a shot here for 1 year, like you're saying. That definitely seems to be his pattern. So.
Well, when you draft so many guys that end up being top of the market, you kind of do have to find guys that are low that outperform their contract in order to make it work. So we'll just see how he does this year, because last year it didn't work.
Injuries, really, too, the past couple of years.
All right. We'll see what week 2 brings us, I guess. And with that, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Later.